Welcome, folks. We'd like to welcome you to Liberia, which online TV, virtual media. We are here at the exchange of intellectual opinion, CEIO, where today former District 8 Representative Moses Acarous will be appearing. And Acarous has just arrived here. We're seeing some confrontation. Acarous is supposed to park here, but Acarous DeLong had just come with his vehicle and it is parked in his space where he's supposed to park. So this is where we are at the center for the exchange of intellectual opinion. The head of the civil society for justice, former representative Moses has just arrived. Today he will be speaking to many issues here.
Welcome to Mika, welcome to Mika,
quoi le général Raz et quoi? Yo, intimidation, yo. Party, oh man, here, baby, they go lay the party. Man down. Yo, see, yo. Party, great party. Aluta.
Today is one of those auspicious days in the existence of CEIO, where we have CEIO. Who's that? You. On the bar. You. Robin. I will come to the people. Can't wait. We have Acarous, Honorable Acarous Moses Gray. He is traditionally known as Tomika. Don't ask me what the meaning of that name. You can ask him during the question and answer period. He is accompanied by so many people. Prominent among whom is a charming female. I'm not going to go far with her. She is perhaps the power bank of this intellectualism. So she must accompany him, as you can see, is Sabasa. But before we go to further description of this moment, the speaker understand what observe tradition, and then we can go to the protocol of the day.
Okay, not to waste your time, it is imperative at this time to give the microphone back to the moderator, because while you were listening to me and the guests arrived, and so the appetite to listen to me may have already extinguished. And so against that background, Mr. Moderator, Chairman, this is the microphone.
And I'm not the reason why you are here. The reason you are here is to listen to Acarous Moses Gray. His perspectives on the issue of governance. That is the reason you are here. For which reason I'm not going to prolong my stay on this mark, but to inform you that what is required of you is tolerance of the highest order. Tolerance. Here at CEIO, we say opinions are like noses, each person has one. On the issue of governance, just as you, Moses Acarous Gray, a former member of the 54th Parliament, and the chair on executive has an opinion. It is that opinion that we all here to listen to. Honorable Moses Acarous Gray, I said you are wholeheartedly welcome, as always. We toast to the rekindlement, if not the perpetuating of our already established relationship.
Moses Acarous
As a member of CEIO,
has been welcomed here.
let us go forward. As a member of CEIO, I say it without scruple. And today, CEIO's annual dues will be respected by the guests. Because he is a member. We just entered in 2024. The last time we interacted with him was 2023. He told me, Chairman, rest assured, when I come, let the treasurer be around. Because we're going to the office to observe all of the popularities. So she's there. If you are, let her know you. Probably, she's the new treasurer. She's considered one of the female we have here. She's called Ami Gay, a student of the African Methodist Episcopal University, very staunch intellectual. She'll be representing us tomorrow at the International Women's Day program being held at the All African Student Union office in Mama Point. Ami, take your seat. I hope you get a pen and book. Thank you so much. Honorable Gray, your platform.
C'est quoi, men à Iran, c'est quoi? Yo, le worst party movement, là, yo. Sumonti, nade. Sumonti, nade. Sumonti, nade.
Okay, before our guest comes, I would like you to know who our guest is. Our guest is Honorable Moses Acarous Tomekai Talakai Gray. He's from Tome and from Tala, from Rankin-Bar County. He graduated from the University of Liberia and affiliated with Student, one of the student general of the Student Democratic Alliance on the campuses of the University of Liberia during his days, alongside Senator Nathaniel McGill, Minister Samuel Diptwe, Wema Kamara, and the rest of the guys. Honorable Moses Acarous Gray became Assistant Secretary General of the Congress for Democratic Change back in 2011.
One more year.
Which culminated into his transitioning to the Secretary General, the National Secretary General of the Mighty Congress for Democratic Change. Having served as Secretary General of the Mighty Congress for Democratic Change, he was elected candidate on the Congress for Democratic Change's ticket for District Number 8, Montserrat County. By that time, it was District 2 of Montserrat County, and he won the election and became representative in 2011. In 2012, he joined the 54th legislature and got re-elected in 2017, and later became Vice Chair for Political Affairs of the Mighty Congress for Democratic Change. While in the legislature, he served as Chairman on Governance. He also chaired the chairmanship of the Committee on Executive of the 54th legislature. Ladies and gentlemen, without much that I do, let us rise up and welcome our guests.
You can be seated.
Takes the podium.
Again,
Listen to
let me appreciate
this is a very strong man within the CDC,
our great people,
one of the greatest
especially the leadership
former
of
ruling
CEIO.
CDC.
Like he said, 1 year now, we have not been here. Let me appreciate all of you members of CEIO. Those of you who are come here, one of your political affiliation. Again, I want to appreciate you for your tolerance, for your endurance, and the longevity. You know, because we came after the stipulated time. I also want to recognize part of my existence. My beautiful and gorgeous daughter, Emilia M. Green. You know, I will bring her here and said to her, the old man I used to sell in media, many of you probably were not around, as far back as 2003. You know, I used to bring her here to the particular Thai shop. There was a Senegalese old man here. So we are so excited that we are here and want to tell you to our supporter out there, you got to exercise maximum tolerance. You are here because of us. There will be elementary distractions. However, the general is always the general. So as we move into the trenches of history, tracking into opposition, as the mighty coalition for democratic change. We have a responsibility to hold the ruling Unity Party government feet to the fire and in the hottest occasions, because we have an experience being in opposition and an experience as a governing party for 6 years in the Republic of Liberia. Having said that, let me first begin by stating to you, I know many persons have asked, what is the moral standing that you have to criticize this government after 6 years? Simple reply is that the same moral standing after 12 years they had in a field administration, and they criticize us for 6 years, is the same courage and moral standing we have to criticize them during the period of 6 years, if that will answer your question. If Jeremiah Kung had 12 years to serve this country as a lawmaker, and Joseph Walker had 12 years like me to serve this country and admitted to inadequacy, incompetence, and opaque vehicle that was dysfunctional, I have more standing because the both character, including the vice president, have submitted no bills as compared to me. They have done no functions as compared to me. They've made no senior representation of the government of the Republic of Liberia as compared to me when we both serve as members of the 53rd and the 54th legislature in the history of the country. So we come to the table as being one of the most experienced, if you can, 5 lawmakers over the last 18 years. The name Acarous, Moses, Talaka, Tomeka Gray will surface and it will emerge as one of the best Liberia ever had. But again, we respect the voice of the people. It's still voice popular, voice de me. The decision of the people must be respected. It must be adhered to, and we must follow that. So let's quickly get into business. And let me hold no apology for whatsoever altercations my utterances may cause here today. I've never had an apology. For the last 12 years, I have no regrets in terms of my process of governing, in terms of the decisions I took, and I will never ever, with emphasis, apologize as I take full responsibility for every action in my existence. That makes me a leader. I was elected to lead and not to be led. Our followers are led and will lead them. So I took decisions as a leader, and generation of born respect those decisions that I took, if some of you don't respect that today. But let us quickly put the ruling Unity Party, not the governing Unity Party, because there's a distinction between those who govern and those who rule. Those who rule technically have the tendency of being a totalitarian, or despot, or dictator, or an autocrat. Those who govern in accordance with the basic tenets of democracy, free expression, people's right to assemble, the right to protest, the right not to be executed because you disagree. Having said that, again, the ruling Unity Party in the last 50 or more days have done more harm. And I love when my colleagues from Unity Party say the ball has bounced. When you bounce the ball, it means the game starts. There will be an aggressor and there will be a defender. Or both will be aggressor or both will be defenders. So there will be opposition and there will be ruling party. Nothing is late to criticize them. I want to begin with the process of the gross disrespect for the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia and legislations by this ruling establishment. All 10 positions, I want you to listen and listen well. 98% of the existence of 10 positions were created under the 12 years of Joseph Boyka and early Johnny Sully. 98% of the creation of tenure positions were created under Joseph Boyka and early Johnny Sully administration. This presupposes that every document, in terms of bills, in terms of contracts, and other documents that are transmitted to the executive branch of government won't pass by the House of Representatives and concurred by the Liberian Senate. The Vice President will have to sign onto those documents in the Senate and the Secretary of the Senate. The Speaker will have to sign and the Chief Clerk. It means the almost 80 concession agreement in the 52nd and the 53rd was signed by Joseph Boyka. It also presupposes that all the bills containing positions were also presided over and signed by Joseph Boyka. That being the current president knew exactly what he signed on. Somebody may say he was the presiding officer, he had no authority to know. The power of the presiding is extraordinary. Like the man who is presiding here can decide who speaks here. The presiding officer can notify you for speaking. The presiding officer can cease a motion. The presiding officer can decide what gets on the agenda. So nobody can disassociate Joseph Boyka from the bar concession agreement because they agreed that it should get on the agenda. Nobody can disassociate it from the deadly bills under a 12 years administration or the creation of 10 new positions. For the same Joseph Boyka and Jeremiah Kun to come to the helm of authority and begin to take people from 10 new positions, when you sign on those laws, when you voted, especially when Kun was lawmaker representative, when you voted on those laws and you begin to violate the same laws, it's the contradiction of your 12 year stance. The colleague in the ruling Unity Party, even those that you have to understand that the issue of turning positions were created as a result of protecting integrous institutions, so that the chairman on elections commission cannot work in accordance to the way and pleasure of the president. That could rob people of elections. So that the head of the LACC fighting corruption could fight the best friend of the president, so that the president tomorrow cannot jump out and fire you. That certain financial institutions will have to be independent, so that the president cannot dismiss you tomorrow morning. Those are the driving factors for the creation of 10 positions under Joseph Boyka 12 years administration. For President Boyka to come to power in less than 50 days, to begin to remove people under the canopy and thought of political participation or affiliation in elections, is not only dangerous to the survival of the state or the law, but it's dangerous to the violation of due process. That is a contradiction by the ruling Unity Party. The first thing here is that every aspect, some aspect of the code of conduct can be implemented with all the ombudsmen. But the law says, because I am the chief sponsor of the code of conduct, the bill that the war is debating, declare your assets, I sponsor that. The issue of officials of government not getting involved into jobs for employees of government, I also sponsor that. The issue of nepotism, I also sponsor that. So there can be no debate about what Acarous has done. What I did is what Joseph Boyka is active on today in the Republic of Liberia. So they owe me more than I owe them. Let us go to the exigency of the matter. Under section 5.8 of the Code of Conduct, it speaks about the issue of political participation. It speaks to the issue of political campaign and political management. If Boyka is replacing people because of political campaign and political management, the law says officials and employees of government. Employees of government can be civil servants. Officials are people appointed by the president or those that you elected. Those are officials of government. But the law is not only restricted to officials of government. 5.8 says officials and employees. Darlington Smith. I hold no matters against a competent and qualified young man. I respect him, one of the greatest Liberia can talk about. But for the Unity Party at the CSA, he was popularly campaigning, singing the slogan, "We have pictorial evidence on Facebook pages." But Baker appointed him and left him, but went after those he perceived to be seditious. That's what we call witch hunt. When you go to Wisintabe and you send talks and pay people to fight him, to prevent him from going to the office, that is talkism, a talk attitude by the ruling establishment. It's not what Waka signed onto. Not only that, they say you should not be involved in political management. The Secretary General of the Unity Party manages the Unity Party. The chairman of the Unity Party manages the Unity Party. But both of them have been appointed. It's a gross violation of section 5.8 of the Code of Conduct under the doctrine of political management of political institutions. Amanda, our mission here is for you to drink. Our mission here is for you to drink from the fountain of our knowledge. And when you leave from here, you become politically unshackled and legally knowledgeable. Amanda, I see my little daughter just looking at me. I know she has a proud daddy. Yeah. However, with these gross violations, look at what happened to NASCO. There is nothing in the act that created NASCO that talks about officer in charge. For the president to invade a given position, they say my big brother Mofi Kane, he's a lawyer. He should have read the law. But he became partisan zealous. The God officer in charge. The boss exists, not the lady. The lady is just one of the deputies. The lady said, I'm going to talk to my boss man. Because he's still running the entity, though he's not in the country, but he's running the entity. He told me the executive mansion saying he should stay there. So you can't have the boss and have officer in charge. Our friends went to Joseph Baga and said, the lady disrespected the president's authority. But there's the contradiction, gentlemen. The barrage of 2 days appointment by the president. D-Way, the man who was the head of NASCO, the president appointed him on the board, on one of the boards, as the secretary. Because the law says that the head of NASCO should be the secretary of that board. So, why are you sending somebody an officer in charge? Why are you blaming the lady? You can blame her. She didn't disrespect the presidency. She respected the law. She respected authority. So you can't say you're going to dismiss her while hearing it. But instead, Jackie, they say they want fire for disrespect to president. Go to state, Jackie. But we can't have a country where the president will set on a committee to review 10 positions and he's still appointing people there. In case the people of 10 position get vexed and decide that they will take people there to defend them, they will not leave the office, the country could degenerate into chaos. And we don't want chaos. We want this country to remain peaceful. We respect the stability of the country. The second issue that I want to flag here, you take a DEA man, just enforcement agency man, and you make EPS director. It's not only in this place, but the maximum incompetence. Then you run on Facebook, say the shoe on the other foot, I mean another government power. When you cross the red line, okay, we'll cross the red line. You are incompetent. You have no authority. The people's power work with us daily. What were EPS director? You heard any EPS director making threatening statement around here? No. You saw Chokon, we are EPS director making, they don't speak easily. Even when they don't say he was stolen the cover of the president. It took a long time for reaction. Yeah, he said he was stolen the president car. A certain lawmaker, a public statement. Okay? So I just want to say to you that the EPS said if you come late, you can't, and when the president is there, you can't enter. That one is protocol. But you know what I'm drawing to your attention? I want you to listen to me keenly. The EPS director was to misinform the information minister, Jeremy. The president of the Republic of Liberia, Josh Weah, being president by then, had 34 EPS assigned to him. 34. When the government was transitioning, the Unity Party-led administration, let me say to you, the Unity Party-led administration decided that they will maintain 38. They made the decisions. Please, I beg you, you don't react, please. They made the decisions. I challenge them to show communications from the then president of the Republic of Liberia requesting for 38 points. Okay. No, gentlemen, I beg you, we don't need you to talk down there. Okay, if you're supporting all the men, you said you said leave. You know, we don't want it, otherwise we'll ask our friends how to go. So, 38. Okay. 38 person, they said they were given to the president. At the end of the day, the EPS, let me repeat, the EPS assigned 25 persons. The Joseph Baga EPS assigned 25 persons. Later on, they reduced the number to 15. When they reduced the number to 15, they wouldn't say 8. And all of the 8, you have a huge number of them who are strangers, who have never been around the president. He doesn't feel comfortable because the EPS can enter your bedroom. Even if you be romantic in your bedroom, the EPS can enter that room. When you travel, the EPS has unlimited access to everything. The act that created the EPS has VIP protection. The first family of the president, former president, Bill. Who feels covered? The debate is not about numbers. In fact, let me inform you. And then they say, the EPS, they stamp every EPS assigned to the president. What is the essence of the EPS? They took the vehicles, they took the arm, the last time had to escort C1 to the police stations. They said they wanted a car for him. The man sent a car as soon as he arrived in abroad when he and President Weah came. They said one car, the man sent a car, in fact, he was so good, he sent 2 to them. He said, no, it's not 1, that 2 we have stay in the cover, but as soon as they arrived that day, he sent it. The next day, the EPS director said he should go to the police station. I went to the police station with him. There are no kids. They disarm me. And you are son of disarmament to the president of the Republic of Liberia. What the essence? You know, people gotta be truthful. The president, Josh Weah, is not speaking because he doesn't want chaos. He came to the country, you said no. Don't pass through the VIP. He never, up to today's day, he never made a comment on that. He ain't I saying to go here. You know, this is not good. Because early joining Sally will give over 12, I think it's 15 EPS officer. Will give Joseph Baga 2 brand new cars. As former president, dignified and paying every month. Yes, we never had a salary. We pay, we are served like 12 EPS officers under Joseph Baga as vice president. Even when he became president, Besides the presidential car, we'll get another 2 cars. You know, we sent Joseph Baga to the hospital here. The man who flew Joseph Baga, who got in the flight, Joseph died. And carried Joseph Baga, the man got 10 position, Joseph Baga to the 10 position for the man 2 weeks ago. How can we run the country like this for being vindictive? That's the man who got on the flight. The reason why Joseph Baga, I will tell you, Joseph Baga saying the man on the NSA now, they wrote that up. He knows who can get to him. So the other will walk a trouser. They have just advised Joseph Baga that no, Papa, don't go to the NSA to audit the NSA. It's not a usual thing. NSA can pay more than 20 people here every day to the Ataisa NSA men here. No. So journalists, NSA can get the money. They got corporate and overt. Joseph Boyan and just passed like $500,000 to the NSA. They said poor 1K. When they do the audit, we'll see it. Why? They wrote the letter, the communication now is circulated. They wrote that the NSA ordered the audit now. Why the NSA ordered the audit right now? For 12 years you governed this country. You didn't know the significance of the NSA? What NSA officers are assigned to you? You didn't know? And somebody say, oh, the president can listen. I don't say the president can listen. That means the president knows nothing. I'm sorry. 12 years as vice president of the Republic of Liberia, and the Constitution says the vice president shall assist the president. How is the vice president assisting the president? How? So you cannot exonerate Kun from Baga's actions. Today, as I speak to you, there are former rebels who have been recruited to be placed into the EPS. One nigga was training some people right in red like that. Some of you know the era. Not only that, one nigga went to the executive mansion to consecrate the executive mansion because the president was praying pardon that one nigga. I'm not having it. Okay, but what I say to you today, our objective is not to undermine the government. Our objective will be to correct the wrongs and hold the government feet to the fire. We're not insulting the president. No. They insulted Josh Weah for 6 years. We're not insulting the president. We'll not do that. We'll not insult the vice president. If they are rogues, we'll say you're in the store and they are rogues. Because the biggest rogue in the legislature, in the history of the legislature, Jeremiah Kun, tell the other order the legislature, even down the law for now, when they check them, he goes. Tell them, Amanda, nobody against access recovery. But you got to look at the composition of the entity for access recovery. Are they professional people who understand what access recovery are? Were they trained into the discipline? The LSCC former boss, he left. He said CDC working. That the man you put the chair of committee, that means you go after sedition. My son Martin Cody, every day you write against the CDC, then you put in there that act of political witch hunting, another corrupt what they call MEMA, they go say pay the little for money, they go in Barbados, they took the board ticket money, they can't pay, they go say pay the money for corruption. You understand? These are the characters that they put there, and why does it says here? We're not against them, we're clean. You think one citizen make a 1 million in a year, can't you, bro? It takes years to recover assets. It's a grand issue. So now somebody can tell you years ago before you find the person today. Who are the people Access recovery should be without limit. There were people whose parents governed their country. Some of them pay Ministry of Education by government money. But they come to Liberia and their property. Most of the properties they have. So their great-great-grandchildren not building, the wooden can't enter. So in government, you don't call them road. But access recovery should go beyond. Some of the best homes in this country. Some of the most expensive homes were built under early 12 years. I don't know matters again. American house property that cost over $7 million. No minister for the last 12 years to 14 years, legitimately no minister under the government of the Republic of Liberia legitimately got a salary more than a certain lawmaker. Whether a senator or whether a representative. How come you will see a minister or a director or a custom man under early? They have basilicas. Look at the chairman of the CEIO United Party. He has a house between 150 to 200,000. He said, I've been paying our hours. Put all your money together for the last years you work for. You will still not get, because you have all the abilities. But I see people celebrating, he said the men are good men. A lawmaker work for 12 years. When you take picture of your house, you say, they best still a break for money. Oh, for your men who are planting in government, he pay over 150,000 now, he has the government money, that Acarous who work for 12 years, the government money. Can you imagine? You know, we gotta be real. These people have no moral standing. They run in the government, a group of incompetent people. As if to say they have not been in government. They should be the most experienced. The appointment of worker is a pension system now. They don't want the business of competent. They have to tell you they send you to one goal. Can you imagine? Somebody who is a sociologist. They took the person and sent it where they just look from a man. Yeah, mans. Okay? Somebody who is a sociologist to analyze money issues. You got all the geologists around here. But you took somebody, you got a press secretary who's still using a Facebook page, using executive management page, still throwing jobs. An immaturity to the governance structure of our country. Let us move on. Joseph Boyka has been the most deceptive president. In your inaugural statement, you spoke about war crimes court. When Prince Johnson threatened you in the State of the Nation address, the State of the Nation address is the most powerful statement by any seated head of state, any sitting president. The reason is simple. The Constitution of the Republic of Liberia says the president on that day must address the economy of the state and also speak to the legislative agenda of the country. To create a court is for the president to present a bill to the legislature to create court, that's what the law says. But in the State of the Nation address, the president did not talk anything about war crimes court. I see why the ruling unity party is degenerating into chaos. On one side, I'm sorry, but definitely the Prince Johnson will face the law. And I've had no regret for that statement. But they were being deceptive to Prince Johnson. They use him and they are dashing. Boyka has agreed that the international security apparatus can pick up Prince Johnson anytime. The same way early when I wrote letter to Nigeria, the Nigerian president requesting for Charles Taylor, that the same way Boyka has concluded. You know, when he went to Ghana that time, they say he went to go be the president, that where the war crime court will be in Ghana, that's why he went for health issues. But when Liberia say it's better for the court to be here, the Papa is a clandestine woman. He has sold He has so Johnson. It's a matter of time. I'm sorry for the colleagues who voted for Nimba County. I understand now. But you know when they say Pupu on the Pagana, the small jack can say no. I won't crack the Pagana to lower inside when you nag it. You smell the rotten Pagana that what happened to Nimba and Prince Johnson. Because there's no way Alan White, 1 or 2 US coming up who talking about war crimes code will be supporting Joseph Boakai, and at the end of the day, they don't get Prince Johnson. They will get Prince Johnson. Prince Johnson is sold. It's a matter of time. That's the kind of deception we're talking about. The most brutality, police brutality, in the shortest time in the history of the country under the government. Extrajudicial killing. Almost every day or two someone die. But guess what? Under the CDC administration, the CDC kill people. But under the administration, when you found that body down there, they say no. They shot the people. In Kinshasa, the first agreement in 2013 was presided over by Joseph Boakai. Then I have my United Party friend and saying, "Ayo." I now voted for a single agreement under Ellen Johnson Study administration. Okay, they said, "Ayo." The agreement under Ellen, under Boakai, and the agreement under we have for B Mountain, they want they got out of the people are striking because these in the agreement are not being executed by the company. The people are striking because the MOU is not being respected. Those are the cardinal reasons, and the people voted. The ruling Unity Party. I went to Kinshasa, and they put that hope. But Boakai sent bloody brutal men, brutes, who shot unarmed civilians, and those police officers are moving around here. Where are they? Have they been arrested? Are they under investigation? But you are creating stories that the people took single barrel guns. Where are the single barrel guns? Who did you arrest? What's the evidence? What's the prima facie? They don't have evidence. I remember when they shot November 7th CDC Acarous, they still lie, they said sedition fire at them. So it's not a strange thing. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to say to you, this issue is about Liberia. It's not about Acarous. Somebody say, you're not the best messenger. But the information minister was there for 12 years. Under Ellen, you were press secretary also. And they failed the country. But today, the more peace for the government. So today, they're injured. When Costa was there, he was an injured. When Costa left there, he became a bad boy. You put Joseph Boakai in the hands of Costa. And you come back when he came to CDC, you castigated him. It's not only hypocrisy. But our colleagues in the ruling Unity Party, that's why some of them want to post. I just tell the Chico ends there because I'm a Chico. Some of them want to taste me so they can go comment on my post. So I call them Chico ends. The ends got to survive. You know, and I make the ends survive. And those ends on my post are the Unity Party Chico ends. And I love for them to taste some of the Chico. So there's a distinction between the ends and the Chico. You know, they got to live, so we got to feed them. As soon as you thought they say asset recovery. Why you call asset recovery? Okay? You go low in bank account. You think you will see something for the point you want to run after? You think that Maggie, why you get on Maggie? Why you get on 12? The real money that is $16 million that Joseph Boakai used for 12 years in the office, not audited. That the real money, let me say to every one of you here. The CDC-led administration have been audited by the GSC up to 2022-2023. The audit reports are there that the function of the GSC, when we inherited the government, the GSC had to complete the 1-year audit of Ellen Johnson government. The statutory functions of that entity is to audit the government ministries and agencies, almost many of them. Why are people talking about audit? They didn't even know that people have been audited. Now me say, oh, audit Acarous, you can audit me. I get spending power. You audit the legislature, not me. Yeah, you not see them audit one lawmaker before. Why you come before with that kind of story? They're being uneducated. Because my opposite got budget. It's the legislature that got budget. So they are ill-informed dangerously. Today they clap me access. But Baker promised that he would declare access. And make it public that one of the cardinal reasons the poor voted for him. But today Jeremiah and Joseph Bayer cannot make the access public. Why are they hiding? Gentlemen, there is something not sorry about that. Why are they hiding? That be realistic. They know about unity by the CC. Okay? You talk about nepotism on the Freeport. The law on nepotism, I put it in the code of conduct. The law is clear. The law says your children, your brother and sister, your mom and pa, and those who live with you in your house. They not say your cousin. Won't get a problem with that. But even those who live with you in your house. I will say this to you if you don't know today. We now ran after Joseph and had two sons. One was working to maritime on us, the dream. He was working to maritime. He worked until 2023. He decided to resign to jump behind a fire for campaign. Nobody. His son Canton, Tamabweka, was working to Freeport. And I was sitting in the house only to NASCO. He was double dipping. We said Lee won. When they had to come to disgrace the former vice president Cherry, we don't have to. Josh reacting with a pure heart. We provided dignity to them. That's what we did. That was the former vice president of our country. Joseph Baker, we can destroy him. Other president will say the man won't run against me, so I will not take out a medical. Let him die. The man has not become president yet. He was the president-elect. You ran the president house for over $500,000. Where are the people integrated voices in the Unity Party that can ask that question? He gave his party over $300,000. They said the party was broke and it was broke. United States dollars. They said they will audit the money for inauguration. Up to today's date, fine they can say, because big hands were involved. They are running behind people that believe that are not United Parties are ever allowed ministers and agencies of the government. You go tell people from EPS they set it down. That's danger. You tell armed men and set it down. It's a dangerous thing. You saw the other women used to protest them. They're widows. We don't want this country to go into chaos. When you say protest, then events. Every year they were protesting. So we say protest, then events. What will protest?
Manga! Manga! C'est quoi vos kind d'esprit? C'est quoi? Oh, y'a le vieux yo, parti, oh, le sous le guerre, la suite, parti. Manga! They bring back my money protest on our administration. The judge will have stepped down campaign on our administration protest. Joseph Baker endorsed the protest publicly. He didn't stop there. Senators and representatives seated. They joined the protest, even my friend DeLong. Join the protest. What come is it? No protesting citizen lawmaker join the protest. There's no violation of the law. You all know the facts. But you know, ladies and gentlemen of the Pope Estate, These rascals are not realistic. Let me come back home to the Coalition for Democratic Change. Every member representing the citizen in the legislature are under obligation to protect the Liberian population on the basis of the manifesto and the instructions they took there. Those who will disobey and those who will violate the basic tenets of the principles and the decision of the party, they have to leave. We are a revolutionary grown political institution ready to make battles. Porque vamos to get man. From Maputo to Wologisi, we are prepared to make battles. We'll never run. We'll never surrender. Go and tell your EPS director, take the message back to him. He monitoring. He should check. When the whistle blows, he will be running to protect worker. That's his responsibility. When we get ready to protest here, we'll not bring the country down. We'll not cause chaos. Somebody say, bring your dollar. I can see the sugar ends there. Somebody say, you send your dollar to America to go to school. What kind of deception is this? Joseph Bagao background for 12 years. The scholarship given to Liberian children, he took it and gave it to his daughters in your house and gave it to his son sometimes to go to China. He took his son, his dream, and said to him, United America to go to school. Go back and tell the United Parisians that Jeremiah put 12 years, he took a children and sent them to Ghana. You members in the press, follow a word of that. But you ask Acarous grave because the name is Acarous grave, growing down from Raspberry Valley. In the slums and in the ghettos, the George we are coming from Gibraltar. And a black guy who came from Foya is claiming to be better than us. It's a historical contradiction of the struggle. Why do you let the Parisians talk here? Where are they? Bring them to the slaughter hall, intellectualism. On the front line, we take no POW. We execute them intellectually and send them into the dojo of history. Amanda! We want you to listen to us, those of you on our revolutionary voice. We may take 6 questions 5 or 6. Please, don't cause noise. Don't get vessel anymore. Please, gentlemen, buy their way your food. Ask me personal questions. Ask me where I got married. Ask me. Then I will tell you how Jeremiah Kuma married. Then you get to know woman again a big amazing on the law. Personal questions and we'll answer the questions. We don't shy away, we don't run. We are not cowards. You know what? I'm coming here somebody say, oh, the people said they was going to bring in your daughter. I tell me my daughter is a drink Catholic. She was here for 2003 war. She now eat kaya, eat color, everything. Okay, it's an opportunity that my mother told her. I don't have control over that. Now, grandchild. But she here with me. She not escaping, she excited. Joseph Bagachiro were not in the protest. Darren children were not in the protest. Nyomli Kanga children were not in the protest. Even my friend Yureke, who are part of the protest, children were not there. My friend Costa children were not in the protest. When you say Acarous grave, my point children in the protest. What moral ground do you have, moral standing to question? People who get in the protest, they volunteer. It's the person who believes in God. I take responsibility for my action and not my family. Whenever we protested here, I was on the front line, I never escaped. When our men got wounded, we moved there and challenged bullets and took the wounded men and retreat at the base. We're not a coward. We've never escaped. It will put us flying over us. Somebody talk about Acarous grade. Acarous fear nothing or fear himself. That's one of the greatest conversations by one of the greatest world leaders. Fear nothing but fear himself. Distinguished gentlemen inclusive. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen inclusive. I want to say to you, we are all Liberians. No matter your political orientation or ideology, we are one. No Liberian is better than the other. I want to tell you this. It's the time to rule. We had our time. All that we call for, let me say to you, we call for respect of the rule of law. We call for the government to ensure that extrajudicial killing no more. We call upon the government not to harass and intimidate our people. Joseph Wakai or Jeremiah Kuhn will never ever will emphasis the history of this country. Turn this country into chaos. They don't have the capacity. The difference between us and 17,000, less than 1% of the vote, less than 0.5% of the vote. Let me repeat. The difference between us and 17,000. Make no mistake, no party has the number that CDC has individually. There's no debate about that. It shows how divided the country is. Somebody say, being the should here with electricity votes. But enjoy we have beat Joseph Bagatu. Enjoy we have beat Joseph Bagatu, so the being me I want 2 times. Joseph Bagatu only one time. Enjoy we have being so the equal at 1. No party. And he said the beat. But the people that, so if you say the beat me myself, say the people that. The men who won are being 2 times. If I 1 time, so I owe in a 2 long. Only I'm 2 long. Amanda! You know the put in the ghetto, all grew in the street to ghetto. Yeah. Amanda! So let us unite the country. The guys are acting as if to say they stay in opposition. You won election. Bring the country together. You can be a better winner. You can win elections. You got more to lose. You the winner, you got more to lose. It's your time to lead the country. It's your time to rule the country. By the end of the day, you see a Acarous University where you can more one can carry a granite rock. They were shooting going in the country we were in. What water can carry a granite rock? Okay, nowhere. So my people, we're not running away from the country. Whether police director, whether defense minister, whether EPS director, whether NSA boss, I want to tell you, we compare them to respect the law. We'll be very clear with that. So again, I want to say thank you very much. You know, excuse me, sir. Excuse me. You know, we ain't got to dialogue with anybody. We are your guests. You can invite them next time. You come, you ask your question. I told you, any question outside the topic. 6 questions outside the topic. In the topic and outside the topic. Let me tolerate and we're here to answer the questions. Thank you very much.
The voice of former registered
What other bit on the issue of governance for the little over 50 days under the Unity Party regime, and the guests have not spoken to the issue of tenure position, asset recovery, to the budget, and to the vast other things. The guys have spoken too much. Gentlemen, please pay attention here. I'm not asking you to pay attention. Only weaklings cause noise on the periphery while battles are being stopped. This is the arena. You're not being a rep. If the person talking made a point and push your ball. And just a conversation, provide you opportunity to come and interact. Honorable Gray has spoken, and that's his opinion on governance. We will turn the pendulum over to you to interact. We want you to do it with civility, respect for our rules and regulations here. As anything less than that will warrant your being caught into air. And the next person will enjoy the privilege. It's not your right to participate or privilege. And we'll begin with the fourth estate. Our sixth question we're taking it all. The fourth estate will enjoy 3, and the audience enjoy 3. Note strongly. By the tolerance, I would say, political tolerance of the guests, we add one more to the audiences. 4.
Yeah, that's.
And we know who to select. And now you raise your hand up. And we'll give you Martin or the Everest. You can go as low as the plateau. We else? The fourth estate.
Yeah.
Credible man people.
Yeah.
Okay, FM.
I'm sit down. You for the voting.
I go for OKFM. You alleged that the former rebel leader was training men around red light. If you are called today to provide a concrete evidence, will you be willing to do so? That's 1. 2. If you had the opportunity to repeat or to go back to the university to have lunch, will you do that again?
Thank you. I'm right for the people's news. Honorable Gray. Put the mic here, Mark.
Use a mic. Use a mic.
That is supported over years in power for over 6 years. What's stopping them from auditing the everyday government? Anthony Jason.
My name is Anthony, ABC Radio. I will be thank you for your presentation. A few things quickly, I want to start with the tenure position. There is an argument that the House of Representatives passed a bill and it was sent to the Liberian Senate for the removal of tenure for all tenure positions. You were there at the time, at the 54. I want you to talk about that.
So, Honorable Gray, my name is Jefferson Bia, and I report for Liberia's only political online blog, Shine Liberia. Honorable Gray, the government that you were part of, CDC, former pro tem Abochie, just graded the Unity Party with less than 2 months in power, 80%. What can you say about that? B, Deputy Speaker Thomas Fala. There was a situation in Lofa that led to the death of an individual. And that situation was caused by the minister now at the Ministry of Internal Affairs, Francis Sakila Yumale. Today, he's been confirmed, and then at the taking over ceremony, Thomas Fala was seen hugging and reconciling with Francis Yumale. What can you say about that?
So the judge said, you know the question? That's it. We still one, but okay. Let me start with the question. The issue of providing evidence on, let me repeat and put them on record, that general training men of rebels
and some from the Unity Party, especially the security arrangement that they had during the campaign process. I asked Senator Condon admitted in one of the interviews on one of the Facebook pages that they had their own security. The guys from the, how they call it, EFFL, okay, they admitted to the American CC headquarters along with Nimale in Lofa County. Those are the men that they are training, and those are the people that they have. So they need to investigate the people who admitted to these things. Those are the people they are training. You ask whether I would love to have a lunch on the University of Liberia campus. If I were the representative today, I will have a lunch. I'm not a representative. The jurisdiction of the university does not fall under me anymore. Therefore, I will not have a lunch by the students because I don't represent the University of Liberia in the legislature. I went there because I happen to be the direct representative. I can roam any part of district or it beside in your private room. But I can pass anywhere, and it's part of my representation. And do I have a regret? No. And I will never have a regret for my actions and inactions. You see, you asked a question about audit. I think the issue is not about audit. Because like I said, the statutory function of the GSC was to audit. And the GSC did not audit. Let me repeat. The GSC did not audit. I think the issue was implementation than the audit. That was the issue. The last two questions. Okay, talk about 10 minutes. Before we the last two questions. And I want you to listen keenly. When a law is passed, and assuming in your opinion the law violated the Constitution, I want you to listen keenly. The legislature passed a law, the president signed, or the president issued an executive order, assuming that the legislation will pass to create any positions, violate the Constitution, it does not give the president the right to violate that law. The way to get rid of that law, remain a law, if the law says kill 10% tomorrow and the president signed it, 10% is supposed to be killed. What you do, you run to the court to interpret the law. So if any president feels that the function to a point is being usurped, and there's a law passed by the legislature that usurps that function of the president, they go to the court. That the court will overturn that legislation that we pass, that the proceeding. The second procedure is to amend or repeal. The second procedure is to repeal the law. That means that president will send that law to us and say the law violated my right. So legislature, can you repeal the law? So president, we are became president. There were errors that had 10 positions. When the guys created 10 positions, we want to protect the people into the next government. So the new president NASCO, they made lottery. Different errors, they just gave 10 positions to. Okay, so the amendment that President we have submitted, it was not to repeal the National Elections Commission 10 positions. It was not to repeal LSCC, for example, 10 positions. It was not to repeal GSC. You understand? 10 positions. Because they even get maritime 10 positions under the administration. So, what we did in the house, I'm one of those, and let me tell you, let me be on record. Do I support that some 10 positions should be repealed? Yes. I want to be on record for that. Not all. Not the Acarous institutions. But you have to submit to the legislature to repeal those positions. And even if you repealed, even if you say you want 10 positions and the person still got 2 years, the law is not retroactive. If we repeal the law this year and the person got 2 years, the person got to complete that 2 years because the law passed cannot affect the other law retroactively when you are appointed. So it would have been a good thing for the United Party administration. Can we repeal those 10 positions Okay? But now Joseph Bernard will have free hand to appoint people. But guess what? When the law was presented, they presented to you that, oh, coming to the people job. No. Repealing the law does not mean automatically that you're taking some other job away from them. They got to end their training. Because the law is not retroactive, and you journalists understand exactly what I'm trying to say. So yes, in the House, we repealed some of the training positions sent to the Senate. When the law went to the Senate, my friend Delon took the lead and said, John, we are inviting your basket for political welfare for the Liberty Party. He said, John, we are being a dictator. I'm supposed to read exactly what he said from the Acarous quote. He said the man being a dictator. But today he cannot say Joseph Baga is a dictator. And Joseph Baga has not submitted any bill to repeal the laws. Joseph Baga has not gone to the court or sent people to the court. Even civil society organizations go and challenge the law, so they usurping the function of the president. So the law remains the law. That's why when the people are telling position go to court, they're always winning. Or sometimes they say, oh, we can pay the mayor off. The government to pay the people on telling position, we're talking about almost 8 million we're discussing it. They have to pay them to leave. Now almost 8 million we're discussing. Today, President Biden thinking about calling the legislature. Over 2 months and a half, you could not submit the bill. The budget, the experts could not submit the bill. The legislature has closed. Then they submitted the budget. So they can't be called the legislature by his own pay them for. Anytime they call the legislature by his own pay, 100% what it means. So that waste of state resources and instead of manage state resources. So these are the people who in government don't understand government. Yes, to answer your question, there was a bill by the Senate hearing committee rule. And they never acted upon it. Okay, and what is unfortunate, some of the very senators who voted to create any positions are the senators who drove to some of these entities to take people off of any positions. Now, you ask the question about Thomas Farah, Deputy Speaker Farah, and former President Abachi. Deputy Speaker Farah here. Let me repeat here. It ain't going on well with myself. On that day, I'm going immediately. Because what do we say to the family of Tamabu Kuson's murder? What do we say to those who were arrested when the helicopter landed? They were brutalized. What do we say to the family? Human is on record. And interestingly, the citizen wrote the communications. Asking the president not confirming. Deputy Speaker Farah is a national elected executive committee member of the CDC. So he should have stood with the party decisions. But again, you know the way our country is structured. Elders will go back and they say, you the bigger mayor in the legislature, you know them, go there, don't be off feedback, some all put up for you, support you. So you were at the wrong place at the wrong time. It being apologetic. Abachi has grossly disrespected the CDC. Even before being confirmed. Even before taking office. We can sit, forget about that grading. But we ask them, Abachi, lead the process. If 11 of you will vote in one basket, again, nobody, we got the numbers. Go and get more numbers. You wouldn't need 5 persons to produce the protein. You got almost 11 persons. He said no. Then you get normally well ballot. But now the opposition control the Senate and control the House. That will give it them better under the doctrine of check and balances and separation of power. You go again, nobody put microphone to your mouth. I believe, like our own OKFM yesterday, it's my opinion that Abachi need to be expelled from the CDC. He has betrayed the trust and confidence of the mighty coalition for democratic change. In my opinion. And the CDC at this critical juncture does not need distractions. We don't need people that will be pretending with us. You want to leave, you got to leave now. We stood in the vanguard of the struggle. We stood for these young people. We have a history with them. We cannot let them down. Just 4 senators, let me say this for you. Just 4 senators can cause hell on the floor of the legislature. Just 4 senators can hold the Senate into hostage. Using the rules, using precedent cases. And I'll give you an example. How dare you confront Yimale? The same thing that Yimale did in threatening the survival of the state. That the same accusation against Olizo. When you deprive is Olizo. And you confirm. That's the hypocrisy of not just those who voted for Yimale, but the hypocrisy by the United Party who are running after people who make threatening statement. But again, I want to say this. I will not bring President Delon because guess what? Delon is part of the ruling establishment now. So he has transitioned. He has to defend the ruling establishment more. So we have the greatest responsibility in opposition to fight the ruling establishment. Then somebody say, why you are not dealing with CDC government? That means so do well for opposition. Now my job. What kind of politics say you know? You remember a CEO, then you defending the other group that crossed the road there. When you join that group, then you defend that group. Okay, it's not my job to clap for opposition. I was never ever elected to clap for the opposition or Unity Party when I was a member of the ruling establishment. I'm doing my work today. And I have no regret. Never regret. I will be on Facebook. I will be on the radio station. I will be into the community. For 12 years, I fought these rascals. Job, no job. We fought them from 2005 to 2011. That today you look at me and say, you soon get tired, say, yeah, right here. Now, here for me. Look at me good. I never had it for 6 years. One of early. But for 6 years, I battled war. And I told her, if anyone of better life, bro, will give a better life, bro. We will not refer to Butu and company. Everyone of jail. We fear nothing. I am politically important now. Standing on the powerful legs of being a revolutionary general. They say, you can't get hungry to another general. Yeah. Some of you can say, then you look at Sidisha, you tell Sidisha, say, why are you being powerful? So what are you being for? What are you being Joseph Baga for? How many times Joseph Baga went around at Jawia? Will play back. All the year, baby, you pay one bag of children to play. Nothing you did in the country. The EFW role that we pay for, you post this about a 100-day plan. The RRI role that we pay for, you post it. When Ellie Jones selected the ministerial complaint, we completed it. We took Ellie there and named it in honor. That's what we did. Say again, we respect leaders. Yeah, we respect leaders. For these hustlers who came to this country to making 10, you can leave 10,000, you can't work for 2,000. That's not still the benefit they want for. So take the other 4 questions so I can address how they keep the steam.
Responding to the first set of 4 questions here at CEIO. Folks, if you just join us, welcome. This is a large gallery here at the Center for the Exchange of Intellectual Property, where today former representative Acarous, the official number 8, is speaking to national issues.
much. My name is Jackson, one of the youth leaders in the Liberia party. Hey, stop disturbing him. I'm so proud. Don't respond to that. Nobody talk to that man. No. My name is Jackson, one of the youth leaders in the Liberia party. We will make some clarity before asking our question. Some clarity we need to make. Honorable Gray is here criticizing Waymo, Acarous based on tenure positions. But Acarous is clear in telling Mr. President that it's wrong to just take people from tenure positions. He made it clear that those who violated the tenure position because they are who created these places. He named people that should be fired directly by law, which are people like Asia as in Agitara. They want from the place of national, locally or Regivo, Nafa or Glasgow, they told other people in right that they should be fired directly. And those that they violate the law should remain there and serve their tenure position without the government taking out, because starting the tenure position will cost the government money to pay them off, or even 2 or 3 years if they have it. That clarity we need to make it. The next clarity I want to make it is Honorable Gray and the Sasso become Honorable Gray also Honorable Gray and the Sasso the security have been given to Ambassador Joseph Yuma Parker when he was vice president. We were the former vice president too. He was only given a security officer, 1 roster AK, 3 police officers, 5 EPA officers. But for Honorable Gray to come here today and say that the post he gave Mr. Weir 38 EPA officers by all God as a death service to the people. My question, Honorable Gray is here today talking about protest. But yesterday, people who spoke about protest in the country were called enemy of state. Honorable Gray and others from the CDC. You move at a university of Congo and brutalize innocent students. I understand the tactics. They here for law. They may come here to interact. So they interact. No hindrance for interaction. The only thing I'm interested in is say he come to the point of question. So the question must come forward. All people that will interact. Let me hear you. What question? Thank you very much. So now I hear in the CDC talking about a process protest. And you are the major campaigner of the protest. Yesterday, innocent citizen was tear gas in front of the mansion because of protest. And you was to take people on the street tomorrow to protest, and the same thing happened to you and your people. How will you respond to that? Nobody make it yet. am halfway through by the scenes of the great national patriotic party and a supporter of Joseph Human Pocket. By tradition, the commander Honorable Great knew in the past with respect to the garrison. Today, that command is not in that position anymore. The fact that he is my brother from Cape Town and maintaining some level of stability and respect. I will ask him 2 questions followed by a recommendation. Do you support war and code? Honorable Gray, he said to us that whenever the president called the lawmaker pipe, it's a waste of resources. President, we are called lawmaker pipe before you go by several times. Waste of resources. Lastly, please, your brother Kuma is dying.
There was huge allegation since 2018 to 2023 at the 10th opposition unity party, now the governing party. Okay. There was a very huge allegation since 2018 to 2023 by the 10th opposition unity party, now ruling governing party. Said, I quote, the citizens were a bunch of gangsters, the citizens were a bunch of killers, and the citizens were a bunch of thieves. In a word, just 2 days ago, the second member of your party, which is Dr. Lester Tenny resignation, catalog everything that was said in the past. I just want to know, as a regular member of CDC, what is your take to the resignation of your former partisan, Lester Tenny? Thank you. Former Representative Honorable Bray, my name is Pius for the media. We talk about penny exposure for the CDC. There are some lawmakers that are contested for the CDC party because they contested as independent candidate or other political party too. One is our GA, Natikofa, and then representative from Liberia there now. If you explore for the guys that you are talking about when they come to the exposure, will you be harming the CDC or will you be harming those guys? Thank you very much.
Give me the mouth. Female. Yeah, let me I like to say, during the days of the United Party opposition, they accused George Weah of allowing the guys who were accused of 100 million jobs. They said George Weah released them. Just want to bring to your attention, when they arrested original Japan, they said original Japan was bringing jobs in this country. The court just released original Japan. They also said that the CDC were responsible for the backwardness of the ordinary people. Today, they are more responsible for our backwardness. Honorable Gray, your coming here today has set the stage for a new generational fight politically in our history. And we continue to tell Liberian people that we are willing to liberate the people. The propaganda that was installed in the minds of the Liberian people about His Excellency George Weah is false, is misleading. So we just want to say to you that we remain fast forward into the issues and liberating our people. Honorable Gray, I want to ask you this question. The CDC brought Jangako as the new acting chairman. And what's your stand on the leadership of Jangako? Thank you.
Hey, Marco, Leon said you close it. Me right there. Leon said you close it right there.
And so thank you very much, Honorable Chairman. I'm Leon City from the township of West Point. And let me say thank you to the former lawmaker of District Number 8, in Honorable Acarous Moses Gray. And here is my inquiry to him. I listened to him a few days ago on OKFM. He was interviewed by the famous journalist in Julius Jet. And then the chairman made mention, the former lawmaker made mention that the former Senate President of the Liberia House during the 54th in Honorable Chie, his action to create the Unity Party risks his suspension. His action to create the Unity Party on the basis of 80% risks his suspension. So here's my question. When raise his suspension or expulsion from the party, here is my concern. President Weah also did the same. President Weah created the Unity Party with 80% as well. So, how can you reconcile this statement if President Weah, who is the major opposition, but then against the Unity Party, will create the Unity Party as 80%? Then the former Senate President created the Unity Party as 80%, and then you coming up to say he raised expression? How can you reconcile that?
Jamaya, wisdom.
Just a funny issue. Anywhere we go, so always national. Yes, they are saying they are poor, they are trying to see. They are trying to throw out for the party of so I want to know if they will not approve on that. I want to make a statement to the city. I'm saying, people have been asking us that the people will soon throw CC party alcohol. So we want to know, they want to throw on that. I want you to make that clarity. And this questionnaire ain't it. Nothing else.
So we will respond to
Again, I want to say thank you very much.
they will call it again.
You know, we have to exercise some degree of tolerance because, like I said, we are all Liberians. Let me just go the way of my questions. The issue of the CDC headquarters, again, let me be on record. The CDC hold no one. The CDC is not involved in the internal matters of the family. And then you rent in a house, you pay rent to someone who has the house, another family member takes that man to court, and the court say cooking hot. So we are not party to that issue. Whatsoever the court says, if there were any one of the family who will still negotiate as we are negotiating, do we have intention to pay for the place? Yes. If they say rent, they don't want to sell it, can we pay for the next 2-3 years? Yes. But the CDC remains at the headquarters. The CDC is not evicted. So just to answer that question, don't panic. Don't panic. Okay? Whatsoever the family says, we are bad that we are law-abiding people. But we are not party to that internal family disagreement. And lastly, you talk about President, we are doing the campaign, say 80%. And all the journalists here, they listen to me very well. In fact, it was Larry Johnson who interviewed me, not Jesus Jet. Now, I said, if you listen to me keenly, I said the issue of Abache, somebody asked the question, but not about the president. I said the issue of Abache is not because of even grading the people. I said there are issues even before he got inducted into office that violate the basic principles of the CDC, and I stated one. So I say it doesn't even have to do with a grading. However, let me speak about Mazo. We are grading. He spoke in a context, and it's good to listen. When he spoke about the international credential of the government, obviously, he will not say that early after the war did not do well for the international credential of the government. You know, we are as a family. Okay? Even during the donor conference, we were very clear. So he spoke in a context. Do I support the chairman of the party? Of course, it's a brother, Jangako, I supported the IT chairman that will lead the party to national convention. I obviously do support it. Somebody spoke about the issue of, he spoke about that. You know, when the court exonerated the guys who quote unquote brought the drugs, the ruling party people under the we administration are running all around here that they bring in push. He said the record that somebody they call Japan, the media need to follow it. Because I heard that the Justice Enforcement Agency said if that man is free, or he goes scot-free, he will resign. That's what I heard. I don't know how true is that. But the media can authenticate that. Today, he been released by the court. It's public record. But everybody must knows that the hypocrisy that is going in the country. So we challenge the media to pick that information and run with it. It's the media responsibility. Somebody asked about the people call the CDC gangs. They call Acarous. They call names. 2005 they said that. In fact, by 2005 they started calling on illiterate. They call dogs. But who brought the war? They brought the war. How can a warlord be calling other people against us? Okay? I listened to Dr. Tenney, he said he joined the CDC in 2009. But all the time you people are calling against us, he still joined against us. You still went against us according to him from 2009 up to now. You won't know about the marriage, you know that up to 2024.
Then you come back, you call the same people gangster, and you blame for gangster. So who is more of a gangster? You understand? But let me say this to you. I told the party before, 2009 was the National Assistant Secretary General of the mighty Congress of Democratic Change. Eugene Nangbe was the Secretary General of the mighty Congress of Democratic Change. We I advise the people that there's no document in my possession as the Deputy of the Secretary in 2009 that Dr. Tenney officially joined the Congress for Democratic Change. 2 years ago, I asked that they should make that correction. I know he affiliated with the Congress for Democratic Change. Another thing, at no point in time, under the laws of the CDC, that he has been an executive member of the CDC or a star of the CDC. The Constitution is clear on who are stars and who are National Executive Committee members of the CDC. Without law, he has no fit in that category at any point in time or any capacity to serve the CDC. So I don't believe. I remember when every campaign he joined the three political parties. So there is something happening with taking capacity. I also remember that everywhere he went in his life, he made calls to people and left, even an early. Some of you people can attest to that. So again, we pardon me. Let him go and say no more. We will not dignify him anywhere, anytime. It will be my last and final. That's the first and that's the last. Will not dignify Lester. Let him go on and live on and on and on. Because even the gangster he spoke about who gave job and look at the gangster president that he told he said gangster, they gave him job, he accepted it. You know, some people when they get it, then it costs you. And it's sad in the country. And that's strange. Another thing you say, if we expect somebody, you don't think you'll be harming the CDC. No. If you stay in the CDC and attempt to cause instability and good to leave, then to stay. You ask my friend, you know, Roman and my friend, you see Roman. I told you I said vote for us. When I get a job, I'll help you move. When I get a job, then you gotta understand. But my friend, the small delegation will stay here. I don't want you to know the people you put up for are evil. You remember right on here? Roman, right on here. We the originator, the inhabitants of the player. I told you, Roman, do not support any chancellor over the crowd right here in front of me. You remember? No, I told you, it's not all kind of thing about her. Roman, learn how to make wise decisions. Now, you know, you're my friend. I obviously answer the question about war crime scope. I said, yes, I support it. He said, waste of resources or what? Okay. No, you know, it's someone who called the legislature back. And command spoke in a context. You know, I'm very careful when I speak in and through the media and stay. I said the people who have experience, the people who have all the qualifications, the people are ready and prepared. They took over 2 months when the legislature closed to present a budget just to call them back on the budget. I say a waste of resources when they said they will manage the legal resources of the country. That's what they said. So being the legislature is nothing less than $1 million US. You got to pay all the worries that we're protesting. The personal staff, the central administration, they got to pay them. And nothing less than 1,000 persons will discuss it here. So I'm telling you. So I'm just saying to you that it shows I'm trying to expose their incompetence. I'm trying to expose their deception. That the objective of that analysis and I spoke in context. My brother from the Unity Party and exuberant, ever potent youth leader, I hope you are not in.
the killing of that boy, Oro. Yeah, I hope you were not there. Yeah, because I saw one guy who wanted to see how the you went and abortion along with Queen. No, I don't know that him. I just say I hope he wasn't there. But you see, you just indicted your senator because I didn't listen to him. I don't believe he said that. But you just indicted your senator. For a senator to say that the president should dismiss those who he elects from the FDA, from NASCO, from Lottery, from NAFA, etc. The senator said president dismissed them. They violated our law of the country. That's the code of conduct. Sorry, you're not here. 5.8. That speaks about political management and political participation, political campaign, political management. I spoke about that here. And I said, if the president should dismiss, if your argument, the source of your argument, the law says official and employees. That it doesn't mean that employee on our government, he was campaigning for unity party, how long to see how. But the law did not just say officials. I want you to read it and give you the section 5.8. It says employees and officials of government. So they appointed an official. So you say dismiss the other people, but don't dismiss our own man Darito and many other persons who are employee of government. Maybe yourself are employee or say whatever your campaign is. Now, another thing is that the law says you should not be involved in political management. But Mr. Youth Leader, I want you to go back to your youth leader. The law says don't get involved in political management. Even now, you should not now. Because I'm the sponsor of the law. Your youth leader is still managing, the Secretary General, is still managing. A member of your youth is still managing the youth league. But they appointed by Baka. The violation of 5.8, the one you trying to put. The chairman. So Baka should fire them today and challenge you to go public and say, no, in as much as when we are the people who men are violating under political management. I'll say this to you. If the senator said that, then let's see. If the senator said that the senator is a tyrant, if the senator said that the senator is a tyrant, I'm saying what you said the senator said. Because the senator, at least the work as Minister of Justice in what they call due process. The president can get job and be fined for 10 positions. You say people are in can be material. You gotta provide evidence. Otherwise the president will dismiss neck, tell them tomorrow morning. The president will dismiss the hell of LFCC. Yes. The president, what the evidence? Show the evidence. And showing the evidence, they have to have due process. Not with that. Not with the due process. Okay? You gotta take them to court. But he said dismiss the people. Joseph Bagana dismissing the people, he replacing them. The people to why he right after he gave it to the other man said 2 hours go fight. Go fight the man to remove the man. There's no letter of dismissal. So let's be realistic. For a senator to say dismiss the people, by your imagination you say the lady for NASCO, you saw it, you get picture, you have been looking for a picture, I can't find it. You get picture? So that we can tell all the 7-7 and support your picture. Say they were employees of government. They call upon us so I can take job from them. That NASCO building you're talking about, people carry jump there. Ben, if you know the politician, that's the employees. They were unfair corner should be dismissed. Amen. Let's be realistic in the country. People reading the law upside down.
legal advisor to the president reading the law upside down. You can be legal advisor, you have to comment to the president that is just a minister function. You ever heard every legal advisor, every press conference about that, right? You ever heard job with a legal advisor? That man doesn't know a function. He doesn't know a function. The next issue is 38 points. I never said job we are recorded for 38%. You came late. I said we had 34. When you were president, I just said 38. You said 25. You reduced the number to 15. Then the 15, the 8% you said one of the 15, they were uncomfortable people. Then you disarm them, making the president very vulnerable. And you took a DEA officer and made EPS director, he needs to be replaced. Because part of our further action will be the dysfunctional appointment. That man can run us into danger anytime. That man can look at anybody and plan jobs on you and say you're doing jobs. No. You say, you talk about protest. I take responsibility for my action and now run away. You can't only tell you do know you can shoot when you kill people and just get the point in job. You think we don't know that you can shoot gun? But we are prepared to take the bullets and walk with the scars of bullets. We're not running away here. We're here. And we're not leave. That DEA may run away soon and left power. You should be questioning him because you were not part of your struggle. And you benefiting. Crespin was not part of your struggle. And the main minister of state, that Joseph Baga was not for it. And you sit here and want to question a protest when Joseph Baga is saying he does protest in the country. No, gentlemen, let me be realistic. So with how much I do, you know, I gotta leave from here and go to freedom because you can Nangwe and the man dealing with the situation. Yeah, we've launched our information dissemination team. We'll go all out. The Unity Party will be under perpetual intellectual attacks. We will not run. The private jet that Joseph Baga going and he faced out for riding private jet and Jeremiah Kuhn and children taking pictures in the private jet. If that was Joe, we had children on the day, all kind of things to talking. When Joseph Baga is incapacitated and he cannot go to international meetings too now, the prophecy of Prince Johnson is coming. My friend run away. My friend, you know, my friend ran away. But he's a very nice guy. You know, and let me appreciate all of you for the tolerant level. To be frank with you, many of you people have been very tolerant. The media people, one person will represent you. For now, you can call me later on, those of you who have my numbers. Okay? One person will represent you because I'm walking straight to the Freedom Radio. From here. Yeah, those who walk, the militant will always. I will talk to the people. Yeah, the office, I will speak to the office in caucus. Or for the people, I will speak to the office in caucus. For the people are tired, you know, we're working now with 150 US here. For the tired for the people. Yeah, we're trying our best. So, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen of the Food Estate.